What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another day, another episode of The Daily Grind. I'm your host, 30NSG, and on today's show, we're going to be talking about Grand Theft Auto. They just dropped trailer 2 of GTA 6, so we're going to be watching that. We're going to talk about the rumors since it happened, last week on Friday, and I haven't streamed since then. We're going to talk a little bit about Rockstar delaying the game, and I'm going to give you a couple of ideas of why I think they did it. Not to say this is exactly why they did it, but I want to put out a couple of different scenarios out there for you. And obviously, none of them could be true, and maybe one of them is true. But these are just my thoughts and theories, so we'll talk about those today. We're going to talk about another Transformers game got canceled. Another Transformers game got canceled, and it actually looked, from the artwork, looked pretty good. So we'll see, and we'll talk about that as well. We're also going to talk about the Call of Duty Paywalling, their new content game modes that are coming out, and they'll only be able to be played through the Battle Pass, and we'll have a little conversation about that as well. If you guys like what I do here, we do this Monday through Thursday when I'm not being delayed from my house being worked on, which I am waiting for an inspector to come to the house right now. So somewhere during the show, maybe, I will take a break and I will have to walk away, and it will be about 10 to 20 minutes. So I'll play some music for you guys and stuff like that. But we will be taking a break. And then afterwards, if you're watching the past broadcasts, I will cut that break out of there. So it's just one seamless show for you if you guys are watching after the fact. So hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you'd like to go above and beyond that, become a member as little as $5. Let's get into it. Let's and don't forget, 1 o'clock today. So we're ending around 12:15. I'm gonna take a little bit of break, go eat some lunch, and then we're doing a let's play with Hilly in RuneScape's Dragon Wilds. That's today from 1 to 3. That's on Tuesdays now. So all right, let's watch this. This is the brand new trailer. Haven't seen it. It just popped in. I believe Dave put it into chat. So in our Discord, I was like, oh, okay, it's from Rockstar, so it's got to be official, right? I would assume it's official if it's from Rockstar's own website. So here we go.
What you doing up there? I was just fixing some leaks. Seriously, dude, you got some time on your hands. I got some properties with paying tenants.
That's why you came
You
by?
guys can't hear it. Hold on one
Just
second.
go
Hold on one
get
second.
me my
Sorry.
checks.
I had the sound muted for you guys. There we go.
What you doing up there?
I was just fixing some leaks.
Seriously, dude, you got some time on your hands. I got some properties with paying tenants.
Oh, that's why you came by?
Just go get me my checks.
See you, Brian. Love you, Jason.
There's a lot going on in these scenes to look at.
I'm here for Lucia Caminos. She's supposed to be getting out.
They released
What's your
screenshots too,
name?
Kylo.
Jason Duval.
Can you
I think you heard before.
can you post those in our Discord, and I'll click the link.
Hey.
Hey.
You know, it's a family show.
Hands above your head, now!
You, stay. The new beginnings.
You break the news, isn't it? Trust me, this place is just the start for us.
Ring the bell! Shot for me!
The only thing that matters is who you know and what you got.
Gonna do this? We're doing it right.
Yo, D, this full effect? They got your name, address, they got everything. Us cops, we gotta protect each other.
Website is up? Okay.
You and me, bro. You got this.
We got it.
Say my city, baby!
Come to Bill's Ammunition today. We got more guns than the law allows.
Hey.
Hey, if you got bread, can you hook me up, please?
There is a lot there, and it says here May 26th, says PlayStation 5 captured on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series XS. Down below it says Sony Entertainment, Interactive Entertainment, PlayStation Family Mark, and PS5 logo, registered trademark Entertainment. The ratings of the trade. So obviously, I think it's safe to say that PlayStation has the marketing rights for this. I know it doesn't say it anywhere, obviously, because they're using the logo at the bottom. They have to put it there. But I would assume that Sony has the marketing rights for this because they usually do. So here's one thing. I'm not gonna get excited because they say May 26, 2026. I mean, that's my birthday month, right? My birthday is next Monday. So I'm happy that it's coming near my birthday, but I don't honestly think it's coming next May. I don't. Even though they're pushing it back 6 months from their original date, which is supposed to be sometime in October, November. It's going to be a year delay from now, but it's not a year delay from when they were supposed to come out with, right? Take-Two literally said it was coming out in late 2025. So we'll give 5-6 months. We'll say October, November, maybe 7 months delayed. So I'm assuming that Sony has the rights to it for marketing purposes. Now, I want to go to Rockstar saying this the other day. Okay, what was this, Friday, May 2nd? Right? And Grand Theft Auto came out and said Grand Theft Auto 6 is now coming out May 26, 2026. Grand Theft Auto 6 is now set to release May 26, 2026. It's very sorry. This is later than expected. Now, for them saying this, they actually never said anything when the date was coming out. Take-Two just said it was coming out. Strauss-Zelnick said in the conference calls and stuff like that, said it's coming out in late 2025. And now it's getting pushed back. It says, Grand Theft Auto has been truly humbling for our entire team. And we want to thank you for our support and our patience as we work to finish this game. With every game that we've released, the goal has always been to try to exceed your expectations. And Grand Theft Auto 6 is no expectation. Or no exception, sorry. We hope you understand, and we need this extra time to deliver the level of quality you expect and deserve. We look forward to sharing more information with you soon. Now, the two topics I'm talking about here is, one, I want to talk about the delay of Grand Theft Auto, and obviously they just showed a trailer, okay? I find that the timing's a little weird. And here's where I'll go with this, okay? The timing for this is before we saw the trailer today, just now, okay? Leading up to Friday, where Take-Two said that we are delaying Grand Theft Auto, before that, okay? I want to give you my little thought process here, and this is what I like to do, okay? Going up starts with Marathon. Now, hear me out here. This is one of my theories. Not saying this is it. This is why they did it, but this is just one of my theories, okay? Sony has Marathon going on, okay? And Marathon needs to succeed. As you can tell right now, more people are liking Arc Raiders than they are Marathon. And Marathon needs to succeed for Sony, and Sony needs this to be a hit. Well, Marathon was on the same day as Borderlands 4, okay? It's on the same day as Marathon, okay, as Borderlands 4. All of a sudden, just earlier last week, Borderlands 4 comes out, and Take-Two hypes up Borderlands 4 by showing you footage of Borderlands 4, and they tell you that they're releasing Borderlands 4 11 days earlier, okay, to separate itself from Marathon, okay? Shortly after Marathon, we have Ghost of Yotei coming out, okay? And then shortly after that, maybe 2 weeks, so maybe a month after Marathon comes out, we were supposed to get Grand Theft Auto sometime in the October, November timeframe. So follow me here. Follow me here. We joked last week, I think it was like on Tuesday or Wednesday, I said that Sony picked up the phone and made a call to delay or push forward. They asked Take-Two, hey, can you push it forward? Because we do know Sony has the rights for marketing for Borderlands 4. We know that Sony has the rights most of the time for Grand Theft Auto. Okay. So my theory here is that because Sony, not that they don't own Take-Two in any way, shape, or form, but they pay a lot of money to them. And I believe they decided to, hey, we really need Marathon to work. Can you move up Borderlands? And can we do something later with... And again, Rockstar is going to make a shit ton of money, regardless if it came out in October or November, or if it comes out next May, or if it comes out next November in 2026, right? It's going to be one of those most hype games ever created. By looking at the trailer, you look at the graphics and stuff like that. That alone, and then what you could do. Okay, I mean, there's kids that were 13 that are now 26 before this game comes out. Okay, so one of my theories is that Sony made the call and said, hey, can you move this over? Because PlayStation, as of right now, as of today, really doesn't have a lineup for the rest of the year. Okay. We have Ghost of Yotei coming out for Sony PlayStation, which is going to be a big game for them. Okay. We haven't heard anything about Wolverine. We have a couple of like third-party companies coming out for games for them, but nothing's really stapled for Sony right now, right? So obviously, marketing rights for Borderlands, it's going to be big for them on PlayStation, sell consoles, sell games on the PlayStation later this year. Then you have Marathon coming out, which is everywhere. It's on Xbox, it's on PC, it's on PlayStation, but they need that game to have its own section so it actually performs well. We don't know when Arc Raiders is coming out to compare with that, but Sony needs Marathon to work. And then obviously, when you buy Grand Theft Auto, most of the people like to play it on PlayStation because they've had the marketing rights. They most of the time had the marketing rights for Grand Theft Auto all these other years, okay? So this works out big because Marathon comes out, then Ghost of Yotei comes out, and then whatever else they have planned coming out. But now there's nothing else coming out for the holiday season. So now they can focus on the other things that are coming out for Sony. Now, Rockstar, they don't want to trample over each other with our Take-Two, I should say. Doesn't want to trample over their own product, right? They have Borderlands 4 coming out, which looks pretty good. I think it'll do pretty well. And then you have the cannibalization of Grand Theft Auto, where it comes out and everyone moves. We always talked about this. They move mountains to get away from this. Months before, months after, they don't want to be anywhere near a Rockstar release because it is this, it's this beast that comes in and just drains and sucks all sales out for everything. Okay. This is different than like Fortnite because Fortnite's a free-to-play game and people go play other games. Rockstar, this is a $60, $70, $80, maybe $100 video game. Okay. Then on top of this, I think the timing's a little weird for the Rockstar to delay their stuff because just the day before, we have Microsoft raising the prices on everything. The consoles that are 5 years old, the controllers, the video games this holiday season. So I think Rockstar, this is my theory number 2 here, okay? Rockstar looks at this and says, hold up. They just raised the prices, not only for PlayStation in certain regions, right? Those consoles went up in price. Not in the United States. Nintendo's coming out and they raised their price of their consoles and their video games. And now Microsoft came out and raised their price of their video games and their console. So you're looking at this going, Rockstar's like, hold on a second. Everyone thought we were going to raise the price to $80, maybe to $100. And yet Nintendo beat us to the punch. And then everybody else is starting to raise the price, and they went, hold up. How many systems are out there right now that can play our video game? Because if you remember when Grand Theft Auto came out originally, there was about 120 million consoles out there. Okay, 120 million consoles out there between Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3. And then shortly after, they released it. It was 18 months after they released it for PC or whatnot. there's less consoles right now in people's hands. Okay? A lot less consoles in people's hands, right? There's only about 30 million, okay, a little over 30 million Xboxes out there. So that's 30 million. And then you have 65 to 70 million for PlayStations out there. And that equals about 100, 105, maybe 110 million units, which is 10 million units less. Now, Grand Theft Auto has been constantly getting about 20 million units a year for the last 12 years. Okay. So maybe Rockstar looked at this and said, there's not enough systems out in the market yet for us. So let's hold off on this. 2, the prices of the consoles just went up, and that's going to stop people from also purchasing. So maybe they want the market to kind of settle down a little bit so people get used to it, because we're in May now. So May next year, we've already been conditioned, right? We've been conditioned to be okay with the $80 price tags of video games. We've been okay with the $700 video game systems, okay? So now GTA can come out and say, well, now that you've paid $80 for this for about a year now, here's our game that could come out for $100, okay? And on top of that, there's less systems out there, so maybe part of my theory number 2 here is Grand Theft Auto is pushing next year to maybe get day and date on PC, okay? So not only is it coming to PlayStation and Xbox, but it's also coming to PC. Again, I'm not saying it's happening. This is just a theory, okay, where they're pushing it back to next year because there's a lot of money being spent on this game. This game, okay, is over $1 billion. Some say it's $2 billion and well past $2 billion to make this game. This game has been in production for, probably a decade, maybe a little less than a decade, okay? So I'm thinking because there's not enough consoles out there, okay, not even close to enough consoles out there for where they had the market last time where they came in and sold what they sold, that they might release it day and date on PC. They might be releasing it because more people will be conditioned to be okay with a $100 video game at that point. So, I don't know. These are my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comments section down below. Do you think that, one, Sony, because they have the marketing rights, and there's not a lot happening with Sony as we know of right now, right? There's games coming out. I'm not saying there's no games coming out, but we know of Ghost of Yote. That's the first-party title for them. We know Marathon's a first-party title, but it's everywhere for them, and that needs to work. And they moved Borderlands up 11 days for them, and they have the marketing rights for Borderlands, PlayStation does. And we know Grand Theft Auto usually has the marketing rights from Sony, okay? So do you think that my theory of them moving it for Sony is plausible? And do you think that the reason that Grand Theft Auto is moving it to May of next year, which I do think might get delayed even more, is to have the market kind of settle down and wait to see how many people are interested in the $700 Xboxes now, or the $700 systems, or if PlayStation or Sony's going to raise the price as well in the other territories that they haven't raised the price yet. And are they waiting to put it day and date on PC? Let me know your comments in the comment section down below. Let me know in the live chat, what do you guys think, if Rockstar is going to put a day and date, or did they get pushed up because they're waiting to see what the price is? Again, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you like what I do here, check out some of our other videos. Thanks for watching. All right, chat. Let me see what you guys are talking about here. Again, these are just theories. I'm not saying that this is going to happen. I'm like, aha, I told you so. I just thought about it because when it was happening, I was like, it's just weird timing. Okay, it's weird timing to me that Sony, that has the marketing rights to most of the Take-Two stuff, pushes up Borderlands. Marathon's not on the same day anymore. Marathon's struggling. It needs to come out. It needs to succeed. Rockstar pushes it back to May of next year. I don't know, man. That's one plausible thing in my head. All right. What's going on, Argus? What's going on, House? Water Bear, Big Mo, Kylo, Sarge. Water Bear says, Netflix just bought exclusive for 2 years for GTA 6. We joked about that years ago. Months ago? Year and a half ago? We joked about, what if Netflix just pays for it for the exclusive rights to stream for the first month or whatever, only on Netflix. Eclipse says the graphics are mind blowing like this. This is the first time I've ever seen graphics in this video game. That's also I'm like that's a step up. It's been a minute. Travis says Borderlands greater than GTA 6. Jason says no chance, Water. We just know that Rockstar loves to screw PC players. Eclipse says I'm double dipping, so we get it on PC, and when it comes out on day 1, that's awesome. If not, whatever. Hold on one second. I gotta make sure. All right. Let's see here. Sarge says that's correct. Rockstar double dips. They hold back the PC release. I don't know. I think this time they might release a day and date because there's not enough clientele out there for their system to make a big push. You would have to have a lot of people percentage-wise on each side buy this game to get what they got. Now, let me look up what they had. Let me look what they had GTA 5 sales. The first month, Grand Theft Auto 5 smashes global week 1 sales record. It says in the first 5 days of Grand Theft Auto 5 sold 16 million units and generated 1.15 billion. 8.8 million units for 55% of sales were, hold on, this is from VGC charts. It says, okay, hold on. Let me bring this up for you. This is back in 2013 in the Wayback Machine. In the first 5 days, Grand Theft Auto sold 16 million units and generated 1.15 billion. 8.8 million units. 55% of the sales were in 360. And PlayStation 3 version sold 7.2 million units. Okay. So, obviously, there's a lot less Xbox users out there to actually have the actual units, right? Week 1 sales also exceeded estimates of 15 million given the day before launch. Look at the top 10 opening weekends in the history. Grand Theft Auto 5 sold far above the rest. It's also one of the 4 games to be 2 of less platforms, right? So it beat everything, right? So this is the same type of stuff you're going to talk about when Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out for launches and whatnot. Let's see. Jason says $100 game for sure. What's going on, Roadkill? Hit that like button. That's what Roadkill's saying. Hit that like button. Let's see. House says, I think consoles are die faster than people originally thought. Sarge says, GTA is a $100 game. I don't think that's all a debate now. They also a year of BS gaming, convince you that's a $100 video game. Argus says, Borderlands 4 would fuck itself if it tried to come out at $100. People barely want to pay the previous full price. Last game, not to mention almost nobody's willing to pay $100 for any game ever. House also says the gaming industry is going to price people out of their hobbies. 100% what's happening right now. I have a theory about what's happening with the prices and why they're doing that, and we'll get into that in a second. Kyle says the website I sent you, a link has a ton of info on it. Okay, we'll get that in a second. Waterbear says day and date on PC would be so hyped. Argus says gaming industry would also be able to survive in the world economy if they also started charging $100 for all games. They would also have to have several reduce of all their budgets. Well, I don't think all games would be. I mean, look at some of the games that are coming out right now. They're all in $50, right? Like Helldivers, Obscure Expedition 33 is $50. Split Fictions $50. The Oblivion Remaster is $50. There's a lot of points, man. A lot of games that are coming out at $50. The new Gears of War remaster or whatever that's coming out for PlayStation and whatnot, they're charging $40 for that. Remember, I always say this: make the problem, sell the solution. Raise the prices up. You're gonna get the people, okay, that want to spend more money on stuff. Why? I have no idea. Okay. And then you're going to get the people that buy it afterwards, right? Majority of people buy things well after. That's why most people don't adapt to the new system or adopt the new system until 3 to 4 years into the cycle, because it goes on sale, and then that's when they start to purchase it. These systems haven't gone on sale. They've done the opposite. Not only have the systems not gone on sale, but PlayStation came out with the PlayStation 5 Pro, raised the price, never lowered the price of the PlayStation 5. The Switch raised their prices of their new system, and now Xbox raised their price. No prices are going down. Very, very interesting to see what's happening right now. Alter says people fighting over eggs prices, but of course I have $700 to spare on a console. That's right. Waterbear says day and date on PC would be the best move for 2 reasons. Wait for being it so long, and more PC players equal more money. Sarge says too much to say. On Thursday, I believe the gaming industry is at the crossroad of greed, and we all accept buying games at this level. They win. If we stop buying games at this level, then they're in trouble. Yeah, they'll go bankrupt. What's going on, Hilly? My theory is that they delayed GTA 6 because of Dragon spat poison all over the office. That fucking Dragon, man. He's just an asshole. We're going to be playing some RuneScape Dragon Wilds with Hilly at 1 o'clock today. So make sure you guys tune in for that. Z says, caught in a meeting. What did I miss? We just started. So you can just back up, watch at 1.5 speed, and you'll catch up. Yeah, we watched it. Hilly. Doesn't have a PC card? Of course it doesn't. Because they have the marketing rights, and they want to hype it up right now for people to go out and buy consoles because of this thing. Okay? Come closer to actual launch. Again, my theory is that it'll come out because not enough people are buying consoles. We'll see. We'll see what happens this holiday season. I don't think there's going to be a big rush for $700 systems when they were $500 before. Interesting fact here. This is actual interesting fact. I went to Costco last week before Microsoft raised the prices, and they had a pallet of each of the things, right? They had a pallet of OLED Nintendos, they had a pallet of PlayStation 5s, they had a pallet of PlayStation 5 Pros, and they had a pallet of the Xbox Series S's and X's. I went back this weekend, just 5 days later, okay? Everything was there except the Xboxes. Do you think they sold out? Do you think they sold out of the Xboxes? No, they didn't. Do you think they removed them from the floor because the prices went up? Probably so. Right? Because they were like, let's let them sit out, and then they'll put them back out. I'll let you know in a couple of days when I go back. I'll go back in about a week and a half's time. We'll see. Sarge says, why bother showing us a trailer a year out? I believe the trailer was already purchased for this time slot, and they just let it play. That's right. So that's another good theory there, Sarge, and I was going to bring this up. Why release the trailer today? There was talks about early May they were going to release the second trailer. That was already talked about before this happened, before Friday when they delayed Rockstar's GTA till next year. This is why I think my theory kind of sticks with Sony picking up the phone and saying, hey, look, do us a solid. Look, we pay you a lot of money. You guys are going to make bank, right? You guys will make money when we make money because you need our consoles to sell to make more money. So can you shift the date? Can you move the date? Again, my theory. Just a theory. A 30 theory. Jason says it won't price out the people. Just got to get over the FOMO and wait for sales and discounts. What's going on, Jones? House says, I heard the PC audience is growing while console sales are also declining. That's interesting. Do you know, House, I know you've been here for quite some time. And I know for a fact that you've been here when I've talked about that console sales are diminishing and more people are buying PCs before the industry decided to get on board and actually talk about this stuff. I've literally been talking about this for 2.5 to 3 years. 2.5 to 3 years about more people are buying PCs. More people are playing on mobile phones and tablets and laptops than actual consoles. And there's people that always argue with me. No. You don't know what you're talking about. okay, now all of a sudden the media starts to report it, and everyone's like, hey, I always thought that the PCs were more selling than the actual consoles. All right, let's see. Brain says, yeah, because they also put PC on the card. Everyone also would just make a PC to run it because they also have a PC to run the game, and you probably won't have an upgrade for like 6 or 7. Right. So they don't want to say anything yet. Right? They want to make sure there's pre-orders in. They want to see what the holiday sales do, who's buying to see, right? Because people will buy it when they have the money, right? And people have money during November, December because of Christmas, right? They'll buy all this stuff and they'll sit on it. They're like, well, May comes, right? And then we'll buy it, right? Then they'll buy the game. They'll buy it. They'll pre-order it now. There's people that will pre-order the game now. Wait 1 year, okay, so they can play it. Roadkill says if they're trying to get it on the Switch, so you can also make a ton of money. That game's not running on the Switch. That game is not running on the Switch. Hal says, Mike, did you hear that NVIDIA is concerned that their GPUs are sitting on the shelves and will start dropping their ridiculous prices? Yes. Yes, and we talked about just not even this particular story that you're bringing up, but we've talked about how the market will bear what the market bears. And if people see that these things, I mentioned it, I believe, on Thursday when we were playing video games, or Wednesday when we were playing video games for Borderlands. And I think we brought it up a little bit in passing on GXG. Yeah, these guys, they were caught, first of all, I believe it was NVIDIA. NVIDIA was caught scalping their own stuff to make money. They said that these cards, this is like 4 years ago, 5 years ago, they were selling them for $300. They sold out of the $300 and then sold them online or on third-party site for $1,200. And they found out that they were the scalpers that were selling their own cards. Kyle says, I would actually honestly cry if they released a PC day one. So I want to talk a little bit about where I think the price. Actually, you know what? Before we go there, let's go. Let me get the site. Let's go look at this Grand Theft Auto stuff real fast. Nope, that's Stealth sent me the thing. We already saw that, Stealth. Already saw that. There it is. Flashbang. Boop. Why does it take it so long to load? We'll wait for it to load. Come on, Ward. Why do I think GTA 6 trailer 2 released same day as Bungie? We were just talking about that, Ward. We think that it was set to launch regardless. Like, set it and forget it. They put the trailer up and they didn't know it was supposed to launch today, right? Someone forgot about it and it launched. That's what I think. There you go. So they're really pushing it. Coming May 26, 2026. And Jason, I know you said that you think that he's the cop. I think she's the cop. I think she's the undercover cop. He's underneath. She's undercover, deep undercover. Okay? And that she falls in love with him. They're both bank robbers in the thing, but she's deep undercover. And there'll be a turmoil throughout the story. This is an expensive fucking website, man. Look at this shit. Life has been coming at her, swinging at her fast, fighting for her family, land, her land, penitentiary. Lands her in the penitentiary. Look at it, got her. She learned from the lesson. Only smart moves are here. I think she's a cop. But, you know, that's not just pulling out of my ass. There was leaks and stuff about one of them's a cop. So, I mean, look at these graphics. Do they have so? I'm really surprised they didn't come out with the trailer that has the voiceover that talks about stuff, because they usually have that. So, and here's the thing. They usually do about 6 months ahead of time. So here we are, May 2nd, right? May 2nd. So June, July, August, September, October, November, right? So it would have released end of October, last week of October, first week of November is when they would have launched this thing. 100%. That's what they did this. And they're like, oops. Oops. Explore Vice City. This is going to be insane. I thought they were going to show us a map. Did you see the inside the trailer? The guy had the manatees shirt on, which means it's the Dolphins, because the Dolphins are the football team down there. It's now the manatees. That's Bayside right there. Yeah, it's right on the pier. Yep. That's where the Heat play. This is insane. The amount of detail and stuff they have going on here. Lot of cast of characters they're showing here. Oh, here you go. Here's the keys. The rusty anchor. There's a lot of information here, man. Grand Theft Auto guys right now are freaking the fuck out. They're so happy and yet so sad at the exact same time. They don't know what's happening. Like, oh my gosh. Like they are freaking out right now because there's so much information that they have now that they don't need to like look for clues, but now they're breaking down everything. They're breaking down everything. They're taking a magnifying glass, zooming in here, and they're like, "Did you see this? This car right here? This is the same car. Oh, this is the car that was in Vice City originally." Like they are having a blast right now. They are having a blast. Yeah, this game was ready. This game is ready to come out. Okay, 6 months. But they're pushing it back. Yeah, see, there's the manatees. That's the Dolphins. Is he wearing a championship hat? It's definitely fantasy. Definitely fantasy. Ooh, the Grass Rivers. This is the Everglades here. Okay, they don't have that much here. There you go. Do they have the Orlando area? What is this? Is this supposed to be... Oh, this is the port. This is Miami's port. New girls, new food, open all night, hiring dancers. There you go. Strip clubs confirmed. Strip club confirmed. Who does that look like? That looks like a famous actor. Who is that? Okay, you got some more factory. Oh, you know what? I want to see this because he had a tattoo on him. Yeah, okay. So Jason looks like he's part of a biker gang. And I'll show you why in a second. Well, you got the national park. A national park? What the fuck is this? State's northern border. Offer prime hunting, fishing, and off-road trails, lush surroundings, hillbilly mystics. Where this is not in Florida. This is not based on Florida. We don't have mountains and shit. All right, I want to go back up. Do they show Jason's tattoo? Yeah. So his tattoo on his arm was the biker gang's logo, and then it changes. And you can see this tattoo is different than what's in the trailer. Let me go back to the trailer real fast. They show his tattoo on his arm.
Some leaks?
Serious?
And it's completely different than what we just saw in that picture. That's like the only gameplay you'll get right there. See? Oh, I guess it's the same. It's got the hat across his hat there. So it's not different. It's not different. It looked different. I didn't see the hat before. So this is definitely the biker gang that it looked like he changed it or something. He's definitely part of some biker gang. I mean, I'm not gonna get excited. It's a year away, maybe a year and a half away, because it might get pushed back. But they're saying May 26th, but nothing's guaranteed. Because Starfield also ahead of time said they were coming out 11/11/2022, and then we know it didn't come out until the following year in 2023. All right, so. From that to the next topic I want to talk about is why the hell is Microsoft making their console $700? Why is it more money than the PlayStation 5 Pro? What are they trying to do? Okay. Well, one, I think they're trying not to pay people to buy the systems. Okay. And they probably came to such a halt anyway that they're like, you know what? Let's just raise the price because now we don't want to raise the price for the actual Game Pass yet. Okay? So they're raising the price because if 10% of the people go out and buy a system right now, or maybe people that own the system early on, maybe they're about to break or die, and they're raising the price. Okay? So now there's that part of it. So Microsoft has lost their effing mind, by the way, okay, to raise the price of a console that's 5 years old. Nothing changed. No extra power inside the box. Same box that you had before, only $120 more. Congratulations. Don't know why they did it. Okay? Don't know why they did it, but they did it. I have a feeling that they're trying. I said this months ago, and Z actually said this in Discord. He said, what about if you're making... Actually, let me get what Z said inside of our Discord. Right? He talked about it, and I said I had a slight theory about the same. Okay. Z talked about, he said it real quick. Where is it? Trying to find it. Give me a second. You guys are very active in the Discord, so I thought I was just going to be right there, but then it wasn't. I can't find it now. All right, so Z was talking about, what about if they're like module type of thing where you can replace stuff in the actual Xbox? And I thought, I was like, I had the same process, And we talked about this years and years and years ago because someone back in like 2016 came into my channel and said the next Xbox is going to be a module type of thing. We heard Pam Bondi talk about the next technology that they have is just mind-blowing and whatnot. There's talks about the handheld with Steam being integrated into their handheld, but they're teaming up with, the ROG Ally. What if the price adjustment is exactly that? They're raising the price. We're 5 years in. There's talks already about the next consoles that are coming out in 2027. Right? So meaning we're going to start hearing about them in 2026. Well, if they're raising the price, maybe, just maybe, because I talked about PlayStation a couple months ago when they raised their prices and stuff. I said there's no one to compete with them anymore, right? Because Switch 2 didn't release yet at that time. We didn't know anything about that. Microsoft was not really pushing the Xbox anymore. And PlayStation raised the price to $700, $800 for their PlayStation Pro because of the different attachments if you get the disk drive or whatnot, but it's $700, right? I said they're approaching on that PC level of pricing where it's still below, but you could buy a PC for around that price, low-end PC, that could play games and whatnot, okay? And I wonder if the reason that Microsoft's doing the exact same thing is because the next system that comes out is competing with the PCs. Is that a game system that can play the Xbox, that can play Steam? It's a low-end thing. You can maybe modularly build your Xbox. Again, this is a theory, right? Just thinking that they're raising the price now to get you comfortable what it is, because when they come out with the next system, they can look at this and go, well, this is $700, and this next system could be $800 to $1,000. I don't know. But it just seems very odd to me. It seems very odd to me that you would take your system that's been the exact same for the last 5 years, not upgrading in any way, shape, or form, not a pro model, nothing, and just raise the price of it. Z says the board and chip upgrade in the same box or external video card. Right. So you could like pick and choose what you want to put into your system. Modularly build your Xbox. Plausible. Okay, and the only reason I say plausible is because back in 2016 when someone came into my chat said that this is the way that Microsoft is going to go in the future. Now, that's a random person on the internet, but there's been murmurings of this for years, okay? We even talked about it a couple years ago when Sony had those cartridges, like the hard drive type of things, and we were talking about what about if you could pull out your graphics card, pull out your different stuff. So we've talked about it over the years. Potentially maybe something like that. But it's crazy to me that Xbox decided to raise the price over the price of the PlayStation Pro. Like, who's maybe they're playing some 4D chess. I don't know. But whose choice was that? It doesn't make any sense. El Nini says, "Yo, the GTA trailer was fire." Yeah, it was good. A lot of just that's what it is. Trailer. Go to their website, El Nini. Their website has a crap ton of information that you can look at and pictures. Roic says it's going to be like a car. What options do you want? Right. Do you want, like, why meal pieces? I mean, they're already doing it with the systems anyway, right? They're selling you the hard drive. Not the hard drive. They're selling you the disk drive. They're selling you a stand. They're selling you, like, the different pieces. Imagine if a game came out and you could make it a PlayStation 5 Pro or a Pro or a lower tier one, whatever you're comfortable with as a gamer, right? More choices. You can make it a different graphics card. You can make it a different chip, motherboard. You can make it a different... Who knows if PlayStation and Xboxes, that's the way they're going. Waterbear says it does in their economy. Why? Because Microsoft does not care about consoles. They want you to be stuck in their environment, focus on Game Pass, and play anywhere. Sure. And look, I get it. I've said this for the last couple of years. You know, make the problem, sell the solution. They want more people on Game Pass and buying the subscription service, right? Is anybody going out right now to buy a new Xbox? No, I don't think so. Not for $700. Monday it was normal price. Tuesday it was $120 more. Kyle says because they know Sony will increase the PlayStation 5 price and the Pro will be $850 to $900. I'm assuming that obviously PlayStation, I said within the next month they would go up in price. I said that on GXG. Everyone thinks that PlayStation's not going to move their price. They're going to have to. If everyone's moving their price, they're going to have to. They already did it in what, 8 regions, 9 regions? Rockstar Games developer says, "You guys, what'd you think about the trailer? Did you guys love it? I mean, I love it. Me personally, Rockstar Games developer, I don't get excited about video games unless I see video game. So obviously, the trailer that you guys showed, if you are a Rockstar developer, was over a year ago, was awesome, right? I can't wait. As a person that lives in Florida, I can't wait to explore Florida more. But you're a year away. So any hype that I have is put out by the time because there's a shit ton more things that I could play or do before that game comes out. Roic says Nintendo started this a long time ago. A long time ago pack for N64. Just didn't realize what was going on to lead to. Hal says, I mean, Sony and Nintendo want the same thing. Altern says there are a few people buying an Xbox before and now with the price increase, and they'll also be even less. Hal says, can you imagine paying $930 plus tax for a PlayStation 5 Pro? Like, what the fuck? We say this, right? But at the same time, you're looking at it going, plausible. Plausible. I don't think it goes up that much. But at least in the United States. Waterbird says, Rockstar, why did you push it back more? Release this holiday. I demand you. Release this holiday. And Clint says, I'm so excited having the 80s music again in the Vice City. Oh, that was the best. Vice City's music is what made that game so good. Jason says we pay that much in Canada. No, I know. I'm saying that it's not going to be I don't think it's going to be. I don't want to say never, but I don't think it's going to be $900 for the PlayStation 5 Pro in America. But I think it'll go up to $800. Crowded says 800 plus disk drive and stand will be over 900. I guess, yeah. I guess it would be over 900 then. You're correct. You're correct, House. Because if it goes up to 800, and if you get the disk drive and you get the stand, it would be over 900. It'll be over 9,000. We'll see. Z says, I wonder how many gamers are now not on console and why they built a beast to charge for it. People are gaming on PC. Most people are gaming on a PC now. Yeah, and that number is rising up. It'll be interesting to see what happens with the price point, right? The price point of the consoles and then the price point of video games. Again, I do think Rockstar pushed it back to next year, not because they need more time with the video game. I think they pushed it back because they're waiting for the industry to kind of settle down, right? Again, raising prices of the video games themselves, raising prices of the consoles and all the peripherals and stuff like that, right? So Rockstar's like, hold up. They just raised the price of everything. This is not the greatest time to come out into the market. So they hold it back. They hold it back and say, we'll come out next year. Let's get the barometer, right? Let's see the temperature of how the beginning of next year is. And based when it comes to January after the holiday season, okay, that's what I think they would look at and go, let's see how because it could get delayed more. Hopefully it comes out May 26, 2026. But there's been other people talking about games that came out and then they push it back. The date Like a week before, they pushed it back. Oh, we need more time. We need more time. We gotta fix things. That's not why you pushed it back? Why'd you push it back then, Rockstar? Crowd says, I've been slowly buying PC parts over the year. Fuck console, and the $90 games is bullshit sales. Z says, it's now up to Sony to figure out the PlayStation will have a cheaper option of Xbox does with your tablet. Altern says, why guess 30? You can ask Rockstar Games developer in chat and see what he says. I did. There you go. I did. Waterbear says better graphics and better overall performance, and you can also do much more on PC. This is why I switched from console main to PC a few years ago. I'll tell you what, Rockstar. Send me an email. Send me an email if you're a real Rockstar developer. My email's in the description down below. Send me an email. And if it comes from actual Rockstar and Take-Two, I will take you 100% seriously. But I can't take you seriously when I click on your name and I go to your YouTube channel. El Nini says Rockstar was delayed because of the Series S. Yeah. Salty says, over 5 years ago, I went to PC and never looked back. Waterbear says, laughing emoji. Robert Jones says, cat is worth the maple trees it's printed on. Or Canadian money. Is that what you're saying? Canadian money is worth the maple trees it's printed on? Sarge says, use your critical thinking. If you're trying to sell consoles, you don't raise the price. If you're trying to sell a service, you raise the price of consoles. Right. They want more people to get on the Xbox, Game Pass. On Game Pass. Let's go on, Prime. Come on, Ginger. Roic says, I switched to PC last year and I haven't only used my Xbox to watch Netflix, Hulu, and etc. Well, you know, it's funny, Roic. The Xbox wanted you to use it as a set-top box, and there you go. That's what you're doing. You're not even playing games on it anymore. You're just watching movies and stuff on it. As he says, I was fighting with an old remake on my Steam Deck. Derp, forgot. I just made it. Just stream it from my PC. Yeah, it's interesting to see. Prime says, what I'm wanting from my Xbox is for it to do what my Steam Deck and Logitech G Cloud do and play my games, PlayStation included. Right. I just want to play games. I just want to play games on my console. Look, I have no issue with my Xbox Series X. I have no issue with the Series S that my son has. Okay, but I'm not an Xbox fan, and because what they did to this system and said it did certain things and then it didn't do certain things, and then we waited a long time to get actual content. Like Game Pass is spitting off now. But I had to wait 5 years for it. 5 years for their first-party titles and stuff to come in. So I think a lot of people don't need a system. And this has always been this way. Most people buy a system, you know, well, 3, 4 years, 5 years down the road. Yeah, Rockstar developer. Like I said, if you send me an email and I can see where your email comes from, I'll take you 100% serious. Until that, you're just a troll in the chat because I click on your name and it goes to a Rockstar game developer with numbers behind it. Rockstar wouldn't do that. Just saying. Mo says delayed till May 26 means delayed till holiday 26 or summer 27. I don't know if it's about 27. I don't know about 27, but let's go on, Sin. Much like they raised the price of XL Gold to try to hurting folks into Game Pass. Xbox Live Gold. Gotcha. This is also just another tactic. I believe the same thing, Sin. This is just to get more people into the service. Because why would you raise the price 5 years into the cycle? If anything, all you have to do is nothing. All you have to do is nothing if you're Microsoft. Leave the prices exactly where they are, and people would buy them up in droves because they're the cheapest box that would be out there. And you have Game Pass, right? And they're like, well, let's raise the price because we don't really actually want to sell the consoles, and they're just going to Game Pass regardless. Roadkill says, I got a Series S with a broken HDMI port. Maybe somebody will want to buy it. Probably not. Fix that port, though. You can make a profit now, Roadkill. You can fix it. You can make a profit off of that thing. El Nini says, this is the first year I subbed to Game Pass. Literally no game enticed me until this year. That's what I'm saying, El Nini. Right? And I've been on the platform, and I liked games that were there. It was valued there, but now it's banging, right? Now it's banging. And if the next Xbox comes out, I'm not buying an Xbox day one. I'm not. Even as a content creator, I'm not buying an Xbox day one. You have to show me what the next Xbox can do or what the next system can do. I don't care what the box says anymore. Okay? You tell me it does 4K and does all this other stuff, and I have to wait years and years and years. I'll wait. I'll be one of the people that waits 3 to 4 years before I move over to the next system. Because I have a PC. I can sit there. I don't have to wait 5 years for the games to be better on PC. Ginger says PlayStation is such a powerful spot. They can keep their systems at their current price or raise with PlayStation 6. I think they're going to have to raise it. I think they're going to raise. They already raised it in 8 territories? Obviously, it's very small, but I think within the next month we hear them raise their prices, Ginger. I think they raise their prices. At least in America. Within the next 30 days, by June, we hear that PlayStation raises the price. I think Sony raised the price to see what was happening over there, but they're going to have to raise the price everywhere. Ron says, I already pre-ordered a PlayStation 6. Robert Jones says, the next Xbox with the Android that can also cook, clean, and blow you. I mean, that's an upsell. That's an upsell, Jones. Ginger Prime says, as a PC gamer, I don't see the need to upgrade unless they give me the reason, allowing me to play Steam and others. The value add would also make me jump in. Otherwise, I stick with the hardware I have. Exactly. Right? I literally, about a year and a half ago, upgraded my graphics card from a 960 to a 3060. Okay? My other graphics card was like 8 years old. Right? And I paid $300 and something dollars. It was like 60 something dollars for my graphics card. And ta-da, now I can play more games. I didn't have to buy a $700 box. Sin says, I don't buy any console day one. I always wait a year or two for the library to grow before I jump in. That's the problem with Switch 2 right now. Right? Switch 2 comes out. Where's all the games? Where's the games? Right? Donkey Kong and Mario Kart. Cool. I'll wait. Because I'm not buying a Switch 2 for the third-party games. Why would I pay more money for a shittier version of the games where I can buy them on the systems that I already own? It makes no sense. Oh, that's even better, El Nini. If you're playing Game Pass on PC, I mean, you're getting it for a cheaper price as well. You're getting, what, $12? $12 a month? Yeah, but Ginger, you are the 1%er, right? You're the person that owns probably all the systems. You're excited for most games that come out, right? the average person's not going out to buy a Nintendo Switch to get 2 games. Right? The person that owns a PlayStation and wants to play Cyberpunk is not buying a Switch to play Cyberpunk. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Ron, Cyberpunk at 20 frames per second for the Switch too. Hey, no one's going to go buy Cyberpunk if you own another system. PC, Xbox, PlayStation. They happen to buy and they're like, "You know what? I'm going to pick up Cyberpunk on the Switch too." Like, you might as well go play Cyberpunk on the old Xbox. Remember that came out? I said, don't buy it. Don't buy it for the old system. Just remember that Cyberpunk was actually supposed to come out before the new systems. It was supposed to be on the old gen only. Then they announced the new gen. Then it got delayed. Then they got pushed back. And then it came out. And then it was broke, buggy, and unfinished. World says, especially considering you can also just cloud stream it to your phone or tablet. Right. Yeah, it's crazy. All right, what time is it? It's 11 o'clock. All right, we got about an hour left. Let me move on from here. This pisses me off, right? We're moving on to the Transformers story here. Okay, so rumor, you guys know I love Transformers, right? We lost the Transformers Reactivate earlier this year, and that's gone. All right, didn't even know about this game. But the rumored canceled Transformers game, Project Goliath, leaked. All right, we'll talk about this in a second. Another Transformers game in the toilet. Hasbro, what are you doing? What are you doing, Hasbro?
But Hasbro blew it away. Canceled in the darkness. No bots will roll today. Hasbro strikes again. Guess the kids won't wanna stay. Hasbro, what a joke, can't keep the fire alive.
I don't know if Hasbro has anything to do with it. I didn't read the article yet. I'm just going to assume that Hasbro screwed it up again. All right, so rumor, canceled Transformers game, Project Goliath leaked. Okay, if you guys like what I do here, we do this Monday through Thursday from 10 o'clock in the morning until noon Eastern. If you like it, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you'd like to go above and beyond that, become a member as little as $5. Okay, so another Transformers video game project has reportedly been shelved, with the recent leaks offering a glimpse at what might have been looked like. Dubbed Project Goliath is now canceled. Transformers game is never officially announced, but details about it have surfaced online by the concept developing details shared by multiple sources. The cancellation of Project Goliath comes on the heels of a disappearing blow of Transformers fans. Just earlier this year, developer Splash Damage announced that it had canceled Transformers Reactivate, or Deactivate. Huh? Am I right? Okay. Multiplayer have also game revealed the studios in December of 2022. Transformers fans have quite disappointed with the decision, since the franchise hasn't received a major game adaptation since 2015. Again, I don't know how you can have Transformers is the perfect toy, in my opinion. In my humble opinion, is the perfect toy. Why? Because it's robots. Okay, it's got robots. It's got not only does it have robots, it's got trucks and dinosaurs and insects and space and spaceships and jets. Like, you name it, it's in it. It's in it. Okay? And yet, for some strange reason, Hasbro's like, who do we sell this to? How do we sell Transformers to people? I don't know, Hasbro. How about you put something out? So, unfortunately, the bad news clearly didn't end with Transformers Reactivate. Transformers fans' website, Transformers, recently shared some new leaks. Okay, allegedly that the developer Skydance Interactive is also working on now-canceled Transformers game codenamed Project Goliath. The leaked materials include concept art, character models, attributes, and artists. Okay, indicated inspiration from both classic G1 Transformers Also, Bumblebee's design is Project Goliath appears to invoke what the 2023 Transformers Rise of the Beast film, showing the fan favorite Autobot transforming due to Doom Buggy as well. Okay. The leaked Project Goliath concept art also features Transformers franchise headliner Optimus Prime that includes several designs for human exosuits, which also seems to echo the final act of Rise of the Beast, where the human protagonist fuses with the Transformer. Going off the detail, Project Goliath might also feature Transformers combat with human assist gameplay. Oh, for fuck's sake. Look, I am a Transformers fan. I do not want a Transformers game where I get to play a human. I don't want to play a human in a Transformers game. I want to play Transformer in a Transformers game. Okay? I don't want to play a human in a Transformers. Maybe it's good that they canceled this one. Okay? These back-to-back Transformers cancellations mark a troubling pattern for the franchise that's also been struggling to reestablish its presence in the gaming scene. Despite Hasbro's stated intentions to reinvest in the gaming development, Transformer fans have yet to witness concrete results. And the proposed lost Project Goliath, yet another letdown. The series dashed hopes as Skydance Interactive and the studio has last released a VR title, Behemoth, in 2024. Okay, I want to see this concept art here. Let's see this. Oh, for God's sakes. I love it. It's just G1. It's just G1. Project Goliath canceled Transformer concept art. Just out, SNS News Image canceled Transformers game that codenamed Project Goliath concept images developed Skydance Interactive shows mixture of G1 Bayverse inspired designs. Oh, man. Oh, is that the 3D rendering of it? No, that's the movie. That's the movie. Additionally, there's also views of Bumblebee design, clearly from the Rise of the Beast model, with the Doom Buggy alternate mode. Also, some design work they did on the exosuit model that gives us more reason to believe that this is a game that probably intended to follow the Paramount film, but was canceled for unknown reasons because the Paramount film probably didn't do well. Just put it out there. Okay. Yeah, you got an exosuit here for this. This would have been awful. Nobody wants to play. Nobody wants to play a Transformers game where you're a human in a Transformers world. You want to play the actual human, or you want to play the actual Transformer, right? Like, listen to me. Listen to me. Gaming industry, movie industry. If you're gonna make a video game of Marvels, I don't want to play a character that's not a superhero in a world of superheroes and be like, I'm buddy with them, right? I don't want to play Ted, the neighbor of Iron Man's Tony Stark. Okay? Like, hey. And he goes on an adventure with them. I don't want that. Nobody wants that. If you make a Marvel game, you want to be the Marvel characters. If you make a Transformers game, you want to be the Transformers. I know it's hard to fathom this, okay? I don't want to be a complete nobody, even if it is somebody, okay, from the actual Transformers series. Nobody wants to play as a human while you're, like, going on a quest with Optimus Prime. I want to be Optimus Prime. I want to be Megatron. I want to be Soundwave. I want to be these characters in a video game. I know. It's crazy. Okay. Now, the graphics look really cool. Or the renderings look great. Right? I would play this. But then again, I love Transformers. This is, well, you know, Another Transformers games, another one bites the dust. Hasbro can't get out of their own way. They're like, hey, let's put a couple of hundreds of millions of dollars into a video game, and let's cancel it because no one's going to buy it. Let's make a video game, $100 million in the video game. Let's make it a free-to-play game, and let's charge microtransactions up the ass. Oh, no one's going to play it. Let's cancel the game. Please, Hasbro, hire somebody that understands Transformers, because obviously you do not. These are my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comment section down below. Please make sure you share, like, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think of yet another Transformers game that got axed. Okay? That got axed. Amazing. Amazing. Jason says, can I play Shia LaBeouf? LaBeouf? Is it LaBeouf or LaBeouf? I said LaBeouf. Shia LaBeouf. Hal says trash humans. Transhumans. Hey, I got a great idea for a new Superman game where you play as Jimmy Olsen. Any buyers? Yeah, right? We're going to make a greatest Superman. Everyone. Oh, can you imagine, House? People have been waiting decades for a new Superman game. They make a Superman game and you're Jimmy Olsen and you work at the Daily Planet and you report on news of Superman's doing what he's doing. Yeah, you just take the camera and you're like, you follow Superman around and you take pictures and run articles. That's the game. Everyone's like, what the is this? Be like, that's the game everyone wants. Yeah, everyone wants to be Jimmy Olsen in a Superman game. Sarge says, do I get a real camera if I pre-order the game? Yeah, you get the Jimmy Olsen old school camera. Yeah, we have to wind it. You got to wind it. Salty says, at this point, I'm gonna apply at work at Hasbro. I think within 6 months you can get up the ladder, Salty, and they'll probably let you run the place within, I would say, 12 months. 6 months you get promoted, 12 months you're running the place. There's got to be a bunch of morons over there. Bunch of morons, right? It's got to be. Real quick, I want to check on Rockstar developer. You still here? You still here? I just want to make sure. Still waiting for the verification for the email. Did you send it? Did you send it? No, I don't see it. Let me see. Maybe it's the other one. Yeah. If you really wanted people to take you seriously, you just email me. Oh well. Sarge says, I'm not sure what I want a kind of responsibility. As soon as there was also apply, also going to make you CEO. Oh, yeah, they would make you CEO. They're like, you breathe? All right, get in there. It's like, I own a Transformer. Like, oh, my God, you own a Transformer? You have more experience than anybody else here. Would you like to run the place? Like, what? Sure. Ron says Hasbro and WB have been dropping the ball. I don't know who can run their company into the ground faster, Hasbro or WB. It's going to be a close race. Waterbear says Rockstar had to go back to working on providing the quality he's spoken about. That's true, Water. Yeah, he had to go back to work so he could get that quality fixed. He's got a year. Crunch culture. Sorry, wrong one. Crunch culture. Don't worry, we'll hear reports about that. We'll hear reports about that later when the game comes out and they tell you that Jason's balls in the actual game shrink and grow like the horse testicle did in Red Dead Redemption. And they'll tell you how many people did it. Yeah, don't worry about it. They'll actually tell you how the dolphins actually have sex in the water, and they'll show that in the actual game. That's how long they've been working on the game for. House says, no, you get the skin for the camera with the game, and then you can't see it because it's first person. Right. There you go. Just trust me, bro. You got the skin. Rogue says it's like the IT crowd. You can send an email if the head... If it's a department, IT department. Yeah, if you send me an email, it would say from the company. It would say from the company. When you send me a thing, it says Rockstar Games Developer 276. That's not real. Stop it. Stop it. That guy was like, "Oh my god, a new trailer dropped." Let me search for GTA in the titles. Let me go into their chats and talk. Check your spam. I'm sure he sent it. Obviously. I'm sure right now he's in someone else's chat and they're freaking out. They're like, I only have 5 viewers. And a Rockstar developer came in. This is amazing. Guys, smash that like button. Like, this is my first day on the internet. This is my first day on the internet. At least make an account that actually has no numbers behind it. Waterbear says, well, they made money off of Minecraft and what, $1 billion off of Hogwarts Legacy, and that game is WB forgot about. I mean, let's be honest though. 1 out of 10 is a hit. That's for par for the course, Water. You're trying to get 2 to 3. I'll be right back. Give me 1 second. All right. All right, let's talk about the next thing, which is Call of Duty. Call of Duty will be paywalling limited time modes behind the Battle Pass, it's claimed. Now, say what you want about Activision. I mean, they are owned by Microsoft now, so obviously they're not going to try to get one over on anybody, are they? I mean, people are playing this game left and right. There's millions and millions of people playing this game. But there's not millions and millions of people buying the Battle Pass. So it's claimed that they're putting stuff behind the Battle Pass because people are not buying the Battle Pass because they just don't want. Why? Why? At least in Fortnite, when you buy a skin, you can see it. In Call of Duty, it's first person. Okay, so if you guys like what I do here, we do this Monday through Thursday from 10 o'clock in the morning till noon Eastern. If you like it, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. If you'd like to go above and beyond that, become a member as little as $5. Call of Duty will be paywalling limited time modes behind its Battle Pass, its claim. A new rumor, take it with a grain of salt, okay, has claimed that Call of Duty might be changing its Battle Pass strategy to paywall limited time modes. The new rumor comes from a serial leaker, the Ghost of Hope, who says the recent changes could implement Call of Duty in 2025. The current plan for Call of Duty 2025 or seasonal limit or modes, but instead of them being traditionally free to now be locked behind game battle passes. We've gone full circle. Do you remember back in the day when Call of Duty would come out and Battlefield would come out? Okay, if Xbox is if YouTube is messing up, just refresh. Okay, came out with a game They would launch the game in multiplayer mode, and then for that, right, less people bought the games. And then they're like, hey, let's make the DLC. And they started separating, right? And the maps were the problem because it was separating the player base. Well, if they're separating the player base, my mic is cutting out. All right, let's see if that fixes it. Could be my mixer going. No, I wasn't going to, Jay Breezy, but maybe we will. So they used to bring in map packs, and then what happened was the map packs was people were dividing the player base. So then they said, oh, no, we're going to give all the maps. All the maps are free for everybody. And they're like, wait a minute, we're making less money now. So let's charge microtransactions. Let's charge for gun skins and dots and whatever else. Let's put Snoop Dogg and let's put everybody else in the game. And now here we are. It's like what's happening? Okay, this means that in essence, some of LTM will now be paywalled, with the players only being able to access them by spending $20 to $30 on a battle pass. Okay, now battle passes are going up in price. They just gotta make more money, guys. Don't you get it? They gotta make more money. They can't survive on these bloated budgets with a full price $60 game. I mean, I'm sorry, $70. I mean, I'm sorry, $80. I mean, I'm sorry, $100 game, right? And then on top of that, the $10 skin, the $15 skin, the $20 skin, the $80 monkey gloves. They just can't keep the lights on. Oh, I'm sorry. And then on top of that, the season pass, and then there's the battle pass, and then there's the up yours pass, and then there's the pass. Stop it. Right? So now they're going to charge $20 to $30 on battle passes, and they're going to lock stuff behind the paywall of it. It says, I hope goes on further by saying that the higher the value of the skin and the other bits of the content would be part of the battle pass instead of a premium event passes. Okay? So think about this. They could put the $80 monkey glove that they had in the game behind a $30 paywall, and then once people buy the $30 paywall, then they get the opportunity to purchase the $80 monkey glove. If you don't think they're going to try to do that, you're sadly mistaken. Okay, he says, if true, the move is certainly a choice, especially considering we've heard the Call of Duty 2025 is set to be on Xbox's first $80 games. Okay, this year's Call of Duty is set to be a semi-futuristic game set around the 2030, 2035s, and will be a sequel to Call of Duty Black Ops 2. As previously rumored, Black Ops remastered maps will also be coming to the game, but recent plans and the scope of the game have changed significantly. So, what do you think of Call of Duty's paywall? Is it limited time modes behind a battle pass? Would you play it? Well, look, I haven't played a Call of Duty game, I'm sorry, I played one a couple years ago, or a couple months ago. We tried the single player campaign, but I haven't bought a Call of Duty game in, it's got to be about 15, going on 17 years maybe. Haven't bought an actual Call of Duty game. So, obviously, this is the stupidest thing since the last stupid thing they did. Right? This is the opposite of go watch the latest Marvel movie, which is the greatest Marvel movie since the last Marvel movie. This is the stupidest thing they've decided, if true, that they've done since the last stupid thing they've decided to do, which was true. What do you guys think? Would you, if you are playing Call of Duty, would you continue playing Call of Duty? Would you pay $20 to $30 for a battle pass just to get into a certain timed event? Let me know in the comment section down below. Please make sure you share, like, subscribe, and if you like what I do here, check out some of our other videos. Thanks for watching. Nope. No, we fixed it. I unplugged and plugged. That's usually it. You unplug, you blow into the cable, and you plug it back in. That's fixed it, Z. Fixed it. Waterbear says, I played the campaign of the zombies on the Game Pass with the last release, but I haven't bought one in a few years. I didn't even finish the campaign. I got to the zombies section type of stuff, and I went, I'm good. Never went back, never finished it. Robert Jones says, I downloaded Warzone when the old map came back, played a few days, and got owned. Got to get back in there. Got to get back in there. Sarge says, has anyone else seen the vids if you're 12 players inside Space Marines 2 playing a mission? It looked incredible. Was it 12? I thought it was 10. I thought it was 10 guys. Altern says, remember, they charged $80 for Monkey Glove. That's right. $80. $80 for Monkey Glove. I'm now a completely free-to-play player if I play now. Why buy anything when you don't know when it gets shut down? That's true. That's true, Jones. I have no interest in it. I have no interest in Call of Duty. Call of Duty, they're putting, what, Seth Rogen in? I have no interest in these characters. I told you that them putting more of these characters in there, we talked about it, what, about a month and a half ago? I said that they're hurting their brand more and more they do it. Okay? More and more that they put these characters inside of Call of Duty, the more it hurts the brand of Call of Duty. Because people wanted to play Call of Duty because it was a fun, action-packed, like, you know, military type of game. And now it's an arcadey Snoop Dogg versus, I don't know, Seth Rogen versus Silent J and Bob and a sloth and a fox. And it's first person, third person. It's DMZ. It's Warzone. It's the campaign. It's all. It's adult Fortnite. That's what Call of Duty is. Activision has turned Call of Duty into adult Fortnite. So you go from Fortnite into Call of Duty. That's the next step. And if you like that, cool. I'm not making fun of people that like Fortnite or Call of Duty. I'm saying from the business perspective, they've turned Call of Duty into Fortnite. What if they added G.I. Joe? It would still be a Call of Duty game, and it's a first-person game, and I don't see the characters. So he's already in. They did it for 420. Whatever they did. What I'm saying is I don't care about these characters. It doesn't matter if I don't care if they put the next greatest superhero character in there. It's Call of Duty. Just like what Destiny's doing. I said Destiny's hurting their brand when they do collaborations with Star Wars. Star Wars is in a galaxy far, far away, which is supposed to be a separate thing. And Destiny had their own little story, but now they're bringing Star Wars into their realm. I think it's silly. I understand it's a video game, but not every game needs a crossover event, right? Or take stuff from it, right? Yeah. Do I think it'd be cool if it was a mod? Cool. But they're selling it. They're taking the brand and putting it in. Kyle says, I love how they put the drug references in for you to buy, but you can't swear at other people. It's a rated M game. Get over it. Yeah, I didn't know they did that because I don't really follow Call of Duty that much. Roic says these are bad ideas at game mode. Shouldn't ever be on the Battlefield Pass. What's next? Pay per match? Yeah, probably. Roic, that's where you draw the line, though. That's how it used to be, right? They used to have paywalls with the maps. Then they got rid of it, and they said everything's free because we're charging microtransactions. And now they're charging microtransactions and battle passes and $80 and all this, and now they're paywalling it. We've gone full circle. All right, so we got that. We did that. We read that. We did the Transformers one. The Call of Duty one. What's this one? Oh, that's the... All right, let's see what else we got. On Tuesdays, it's going to be a hard out at 12, so I can go eat stuff and get ready for playing games with Hilly. Oh, Marvel count. This story is like this all the time, right? They Game Rant says Marvel Rivals player count hits a new low. Let's read it, shall we? Because I love reading stuff like this. I love reading stuff like this. Marvel Rival player count hits a new low. Despite recently kicking off its action-packed Season 2 update, Marvel Rivals has reached a new all-time low. Player count is 159,420. All things considered, in comparison to where Marvel Rivals was on launch. Microphone dying. Why? What are we doing here, computer? I think my mixer's dying. Testing 1 2 test. Okay. I love how worlds. I was like, let me put that up there and flick them off real fast. Yeah, I was trying to fix it. I think it's the USB port. I have to buy a new adapter piece because now my audio sounds a little different. It sounds a little different. It sounds a little different. All right. So we were talking about Marvel Rivals. All right. So I was talking about let me just start over. All right. So Marvel Rival players count hits a new low. Despite recently kicking off its action-packed Season 2 update, Marvel Rivals has reached a new all-time low player count of 159,426. While it's an impressive number, these considered figure pales in comparison to what Marvel Rivals was at launch. Look, it doesn't matter if you're a single-player game, if you're a multiplayer game. The number is always going to go down. It's the part that comes back up, and when it goes back down, it comes back up and waves through. and the average, this is their player base. The player base is the player base. When you get the 300,000 or 600,000 and then you settle at the 150, that is your core audience, right? That's your core audience. So it says at launch, is also months following. This new data suggests that a significant number of players have dropped Marvel Rivals, at least the PC version of the game, though it isn't to say that it won't come back. I stopped playing for a little bit, but I've been playing like every third day instead of every day, okay? The fact that we talked about this from the very beginning, certain characters bring certain people back, okay? I'm not even going to read the rest of this article. Well, I am, but I'm going to stop there for a second, okay? A lot of people think that, well, it's a dead game. No, it's a dead game because Emma Frost is the only character that came into the game. The number got lower and lower because you launched with, 32 characters, and then you brought in 2 people. Then you brought in the next 2 people. Then you brought in the 1 person. And I said from the very, very start, with a game like this is make or break based on the amount of characters you put in and who you put in. Hence why you shouldn't do 1 character every 6 weeks. You should do multiple characters every season, okay? If it's releasing 2 or releasing 3 or releasing 4 for the entire season at one time, so more people have more time. When you have 4 characters to work with every season, 10 hours of your day is going to be playing this character, 10 hours of your day is going to be playing that character, 10 hours a day for the next day is going to be playing the other character, and you're going to slowly get to know each of those characters, because if you like the game, you're going to get to know the characters. But when you add one new character, you're going to play that character for 10 hours and go, I'm done. I already played the other 32 characters. I'm going to wait for the next cool character to come out. Hence why you need a good character. If they ever put Pasty Pot Pete into the game, numbers are not going to rise up beyond belief. They're going to be like, who? Right? Hence why you need to bring out well-deserved characters that bring in Professor Xavier, Cyclops, Colossus, Rogue, right? Like, these characters that people want, not these absurd characters that nobody even cares about, okay? No one cared about them in the cartoon. Nobody cared about them in the comic book. Nobody cared about them in a movie. So don't take certain characters and bring them into the game if no one cared about those characters, because you're trying to push something, be like, well, we got to balance it out. We need a female. No, put Nightcrawler in there, right? Put Juggernaut in there. So Marvel Rivals seems to be one of the biggest success stories in gaming recently, blending the team-based hero shooter gameplay with colorful and rich world of Marvel Comics. Players have their choice of friend or foe, with Marvel Rivals roster featuring famous faces like Iron Man, Thor, Spider-Man, as well as some deeper cuts like Jeff the Landshark and Magic. It's a game roster that truly sets Marvel Rivals apart. It's likely a thing that continues to bring back players on a daily basis. However, Marvel Rivals has seen significant loss of players count since the release, of reaching a new record low as the month of May kicks off. First of all, just let's just say that people stopped playing Marvel Rivals because they were bored of Marvel Rivals, because of characters not coming in. Or people are not playing Marvel Rivals because, I don't know, how many games just recently launched that are like blockbuster games that people are talking about, right? Expedition 33 is out, right? Indiana Jones came out for the same time as on PlayStation stuff, so people went to go play that. Forza Horizon 5 came out on PlayStation. People are going to go play that. New season just came out for Fortnite, which is Star Wars. Okay, so people are going to go play that. There's like so many different things that people are playing right now that they're like, you know what? This will be here. This will be here. I'll come back and play it when they bring in a new character. I'll come back at the end of the season, whatever. Especially since they made where you buy the season pass and you own it. Meaning if I don't complete it today, I can complete it 6 months from now. It doesn't matter. I don't need to play your game. This is why, even if you put in a single-player PvE game mode, you're still going to have the same problem. You're still going to have a lot more people. That number average would go up because more people would play the PvE than the PvP. Okay, but you're still going to have this dip, valleys, and peaks, because that's just the way games is. There's so many games to play. Last year, there was 19,000 games on PC. 19,000. Do you understand how ridiculous that is? I was saying, according to SteamDB, Marvel Rivals has reached an new all-time low player count of 159,000 players. This figure also was recorded on May 4th, which comes just a few weeks after the launch of Season 2 update. There are numbers of factors that also have resulted in the drop of these players. One of the longest standing issues amongst the community is being a role queue. Teamwork is a crucial part of Marvel Rivals experience, though the game is also faced with criticism over stressing individual performance over class competition. Okay, players have argued since the game's release that Marvel Rivals needs a role queue system, which could theoretically cut down on those impossible feeling matches. First of all, role queue is a complaint by the upper echelon of players. Okay, the smaller amount of players that want role queue. And what Marvel's is trying to do, which is Sony's trying to do with Marathon, is they're trying to get a broad audience. They're trying to get the broadest audience possible to play their game, because when you have a free-to-play game or a game that has microtransactions in it, you want the biggest cast as possible, right? Like, let's take a fishing analogy for a second here. If you want to catch a fish, you just throw one line in there and just one person doing that. You could set 10 people up and all try to get, but you only can catch one fish per line. Or you take the net and you chuck the net in the water, and then you cast a huge netting out there to pull in a bunch of fish. Okay? That's what Marvel Rivals is doing with what they're doing, what Marathon's trying to do, what Sony's trying to do with Marathon. They're trying to put the biggest net cast as possible to get the most people. Okay? Marvel Rivals drops the lowest PC player count ever. All in all, Marvel Rivals is down roughly 75% compared to its peak on Steam during the launch Season 1. Marvel Rivals received high praise after launching, with the game peaked over at 600,000 concurrent Steam users back in December of 2024. And the game's unique art style, array of characters, and exciting game modes all played a part of Marvel Rivals reaching over 40 million registered users by February 2025. While Marvel Rivals is seeing the lowest player count in PC, the game is likely shedding its most casual players, leaving it with the smaller yet more consistent group of fans. Okay, Marvel Rivals launched in the Season 2 update in April, which brought a new ways of play as well, number of new rewards to unlock. The biggest change so far with the update has been the arrival of Emma Frost. Okay, Marvel Rivals' newest character, Frost is not only a fresh face to join the roster in Season 2, with highly anticipated Ultron expected to drop sometime this month. Season 2 is expected to last through July, giving players a significant chunk of time tidy up the challenges list, as well as unlock all new items, skins, and currently available. Here's another thing that they're doing, right? They limit to you what you can do is experience-wise, right? So a lot of people just come, play the 3 matches, and then go on with their day, right? It's like checking in. It's like checking in and doing your brushing your teeth. Hey, did you brush your teeth? If you're a father or a mother and you look at your kid and be like, hey, did you brush your teeth today? Yeah, go do that, right? Hey, did you put deodorant on today? Yeah, that's what you do. Hey, did you check your Marvel Rivals today? Did you go do your dailies today? That's what these games are. If you don't let me constantly get XP, then I'm going to leave, right? Hence why I think they need a PvE mode. I think they need a PvE mode in this game to constantly let me unlock things or level up things, okay? So while I'm playing the game, sort of like right now, if you play Marvel Rivals and I'm playing Captain America, the more you play Captain America, the more things you unlock, like you go up his ranking system. If they add a ranking system, not a ranking system against each other, just like a leveling up system, so you go from beginner to, immediate to lore to whatever, right? If they did that with PvE with all the characters and people had to run certain events and certain things with each of the characters, their favorite character, more people would be engaged with this, right? More people. They do a pretty good job of bringing different events in, but they still limit it to do 3 matches, get 15,000, get 10,000. Once you do that, they're like, I'm done. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll see you guys in a couple days, right? So this number, by the way, 159,000, even though the article says it's still pretty good, nothing to take a stick at. If you look at any other game that says it's a success, right? Remember, they were trying to tell you Assassin's Creed 69,000 was a success. Yet Marvel Rivals at 159,426 players, okay, is a failure right now because of diminishing returns of it. They lost 75% of their people. Okay, let's do the same thing, shall we? Let's go look at the same thing. Let's see. AC Shadows, Steam charts. Steam charts. Oh my goodness. Right? They are just game's done. Game's done. Right? 64,000 and right now they're at 5,000 people. Right? I hate when articles are written because a multiplayer game has a dip in numbers, because you could do this for any game, any single game. Of course, you're going to have less numbers now than you had before. You can go to the biggest game on the planet. Okay, are there insertions of the stuff? Sure. Increases? Yes, 100%. DLC, map pack, new season, whatever it is. But to run around and say, well, oh, Marvel Rivals is the lowest numbers ever. It's still 3 times the amount of people that played Assassin's Creed right now. Okay? Make a game, sell a game. Live service games have to keep going, and 159,000 is a damn good game. What's another game that came out recently that's a live service game? Chat, put one out there. Which one is a live service game that's that came out recently or just had an update recently? Salty says, yo, Mike, you can't have the PvE. You need to sweaty as fuck day in, day out, like Ninja or Tim, the Tap Man, even if they quick play. They eat, sleep, bleed Marvel Rivals. I forget your other games. Marvel Rivals is your life. Yeah, like, I just want to play a game. Once Human. Yeah, let's try that, right? Once Human. Can I not click on? Okay. Uh-oh. Once Human. That's it, guys. It's over. They had 231,000 people play their game just 10 months ago, and now it's at 46,000. It's over. Pack your bags. Pack your bags. What was the other one? First Ascendant? First Ascendant. Oh, guys. Like, let's write an article about this instead. 264,000 10 months ago, and now they have 5,989. Right? Now, obviously, there's games that kick back up. But when the game is not, it's hot and new, brand new car, you love it, you wax it every day. You get a brand new car, you wash it, you keep it clean, but then you get tired. And then dust builds up on it, or the pollen gets on it, and you're like, I'll get it next weekend. I'll get it next weekend, right? You get tissues and stuff in the car, you're like, I'll clean it later, right? That is what happens with anything. Okay, majority of the people will be like, I'll play it later. I'll do it later. I don't care about that right now. That's what happens. That's what happens. That's natural. That's natural. Rogue says, I just didn't like having to start over every season once Human. See, I didn't even know you could do that. I didn't even know that. It's on mobile as well, so I'm sure they're doing fine. I'm sure they're doing fine. Oh, Sarge. I don't know if you're looking for something. I came across it. Joann's is going out of business. The hobby place where you buy like fabrics and stuff. They're going out of business. So they're like 60, 70, 80% off of stuff. I know you said you bought one of those lights with the magnifier for your painting and stuff, but they have on sale, like huge discount, 50% off, 60% off. So you might want to go check it out for your hobby stuff, for your Warhammer things. Just throwing it out there. Joann's. It's going out of business. Joann's. All right. 1 o'clock this afternoon, which is about an hour from now, a little over an hour from now, we'll be playing with Hilly for some video game shenanigans as we play RuneScape Dragon Wilds as we continue our playthrough. Last week, we knocked down a forest. I built a house. Hilly made some food. And we're going to continue our adventure at 1 o'clock today, 1 to 3. So make sure you guys tune in for that. Is that next to Joe Mama? I mean, Joe Mama would be your mama. So, sure. Clip says, man, what Towerborn needs is when you're in the menu of your outfits, you should be able to shuffle through each of them so you don't have to go back. Oh, yeah, that'd be nice. That'd be a nice quality of life. I would actually, at the end of each match, Eclipse, what I would love in Towerborn is, you know how they had that screen pop up of the gear you got? I want to be able to check it there and just mark it there if I want to delete or keep. Mark it right there. Delete or keep. All right, we're done this morning. Tuesdays is hard out at 12, so I appreciate it very much. You guys have a great rest of your day. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We'll be back in 1 hour over on 30 and Still Gaming and over on Twitch, 30 and Still Gaming. So if you guys like it, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you'd like to go above and beyond that, become a member as little as $5. Appreciate it very much. I'll see you guys during the gameplay for Dragon Wilds in about an hour. Peace.
Sunshine, rise and shine. The daily grind is here on time with gaming news and fun galore. We'll chat and entertain once more. The coffee's hot, the mic is on. Jump in the chat, let's have some fun. From pixels small to stories grand, we bring the magic to your hand. We're nitty tuned in daily, don't you miss entertainment wrapped in bliss. From new releases, tips and tricks, the daily grind, your morning fix. Controller ready, headset too, we've got the updates just for you. From late night streams to morning plays, we cover gaming all the ways. Controller ready, headset too, we've got the updates just for you. From late night streams to morning plays, we cover gaming all the ways. Laughs and news, our winning blend, the show with you, our dearest friend. Comments rolling, chats arrive, the daily grind, 5-star vibe. Tune in daily, don't you miss entertainment wrapped in bliss. From new releases, tips and tricks, the daily grind, your morning fix. Good morning, sunshine, rise and shine. The daily grind is here on time with gaming news and fun galore. We'll chat and entertain once more. The coffee's hot, the mic is on. Jump in the chat, let's have some fun. From pixels small to stories grand, we bring the magic to your hand. Tune in daily, don't you miss entertainment wrapped in bliss. From new releases, tips and tricks, the daily grind, your morning fix. Come on in, your morning